This right here looks hopeless, right? The leaves are soft, the stems are brown, and if you lean in, there's that funky, sour smell that screams trouble. I know, it's heartbreaking, but before you give up and toss it, hold on. I'm about to show you how to bring this baby back to life. And yes, it's absolutely possible. By the end of this video, your Christmas cactus could be standing tall again, just in time to show off its blooms. Before we start the rescue mission, make sure you hit that subscribe button and tap the little bell next to it. That way, you'll never miss another plant-saving guide like this one. All right, ready? Let's fix that cactus. You know, I get messages all the time that start with, "I think I killed my Christmas cactus." And every time I smile a little because I've been there too. My first one was a gift from my aunt years ago. I thought watering it every other day was love. Turns out it was slow destruction. One morning I woke up and the whole thing had slumped over like cooked spinach. I was ready to give up, but something in me said no, not yet. So I started reading, experimenting, and paying attention. 2 weeks later, I saw new buds. That was my aha moment. These plants are tougher than they look. They just need a bit of care, patience, and the right steps, which is exactly what I'm about to walk you through today. So if yours looks bad right now, don't stress. Stay with me, follow along, and you'll be amazed at how quickly it can bounce back. All right, let's talk about what's really going on beneath the soil. When you overwater a Christmas cactus, it's not just sitting in a bit of extra moisture, it's drowning. The roots of this plant are designed to take in air as much as they take in water. But when the soil stays constantly wet, those little air pockets get filled with water, cutting off oxygen. Without air, the roots start to suffocate, decay sets in, and before you know it, the base of the plant turns soft and dark. That's why your cactus feels limp or mushy. It's not thirsty, it's gasping for air. The leaves lose their firmness, the color fades, and sometimes the whole stem collapses. You might even notice a sour, swampy smell coming from the soil. That's a clear sign of root rot. Think of it like this. Imagine trying to breathe underwater. That's what your cactus is experiencing when it's overwatered. The good news? Once you understand this, you can fix it. Most of the time, the plant isn't completely gone. The top might look bad, but there's usually life hiding beneath the surface. So before you panic or toss it out, we're going to find out exactly what's happening down there. Because once you see the difference between healthy and rotted roots, you'll never overwater again. Now, let's figure out how bad the damage is. This part's simple but important. We're going to check the roots. Start by gently loosening the soil with your fingers. Don't yank or pull. Remember, the roots are already stressed. Once it feels loose, tip the pot on its side and carefully slide the plant out. Lay it on some newspaper or a towel so you don't make a mess. Take a close look at the roots. Healthy ones will look firm, smooth, and slightly white or tan in color. They might even have a clean, earthy smell. But if you see roots that are dark brown, black, or feel slimy and squishy, that's rot, and that's what we need to deal with. You might also notice that the base of the cactus, the part connecting the roots to the stems, feels soft or discolored. That's a warning sign that the rot has started to creep upward. Don't worry though, we can stop it before it spreads. While you're inspecting, gently break away any clumps of soggy soil. Let the roots breathe for a minute. Sometimes just removing the wet soil helps you see how much of the root system is still alive. And here's a little trick. If you're unsure about a section of root, give it a light squeeze. Healthy roots feel firm, almost springy. Rotten ones collapse easily between your fingers. Go ahead, pause this video for a moment and check yours. Really get in there and see what you're working with. I'll be right here when you're ready to move on. Because once you know what's alive and what's not, we can start the rescue properly. All right, now comes the part where we actually bring your cactus back to life. We've seen what's going on under the surface. Now let's fix it. First, grab a pair of clean, sharp scissors or pruning shears. Wipe them with alcohol or warm soapy water before you start. You don't want to spread bacteria or fungus to the parts of the plant that are still healthy. Now, look closely at those roots. You'll see some that are dark brown, mushy, or smell bad. Those have to go. Trim them off completely, cutting back until you reach firm, white, or pale tan roots. Don't be afraid to remove more than you expect. If it's soft or slimy, it's not going to recover. You're basically performing a little surgery here. It might look harsh, but your plant will thank you. After trimming, check the base of the plant. If any part of the stem looks discolored or feels squishy, slice it away gently until you reach firm, green tissue. That's where life begins again. Once you're done, you can sprinkle a bit of cinnamon powder on the cut areas. It acts as a natural antifungal treatment, helping prevent new rot while the plant heals. This step may seem small, but it's one of the secrets to a successful recovery. Now that you've done the trimming, the roots need time to breathe and dry out. Lay your cactus on a clean paper towel or a dry surface in a shaded, airy spot. No direct sunlight yet. Let it rest for about 3 to 4 hours, or even overnight if the roots were very wet. This helps any cuts seal naturally and prevents bacteria from re-entering. While it's drying, let's prepare the new home. A Christmas cactus loves light, airy soil. If you've got a cactus mix, that's perfect. But you can also make your own by mixing equal parts of cactus soil, perlite, and coarse sand. The goal is to create something that drains fast, but still holds a little moisture for short periods. When you're ready to repot, choose a pot with drainage holes. That's non-negotiable. Fill the bottom with a thin layer of pebbles or gravel to keep excess water from sitting at the base. Add a bit of your soil mix, gently place the cactus on top, then fill around the roots without packing it too tightly. You want airflow around them. Once it's settled in, don't water it yet. The plant needs time to adjust and build new root tips before it starts drinking again. Here's where most people go wrong. They save the plant, but then drown it all over again. After repotting, resist the urge to water for at least a week. I know it feels strange to ignore it, but right now your cactus needs rest, not moisture. After that first dry period, test the soil before giving it a drink. If it feels bone dry a couple inches down, you can add a small amount of water. Pour slowly, just enough to dampen the soil. Think of it like offering a sip to someone recovering from being sick, not a full glass. Moving forward, always check before you water. Stick your finger 2 inches into the soil or use a wooden skewer. If it comes out clean and dry, then it's safe to water. If it's even slightly damp, wait another few days. This simple habit will make sure you never overwater again. Now that your cactus is in its fresh soil and ready for recovery, placement is key. Find a bright spot with indirect light, something like a windowsill with sheer curtains or a bright corner away from harsh midday sun. Christmas cacti love light, but not heat. Too much direct sunlight at this stage can stress it further. Keep the humidity low and the temperature steady. Around 18 to 22 degrees Celsius is ideal. Avoid placing it in your vents, heaters, or drafty windows. Stability helps the roots rebuild and encourages new growth. You might notice some of the segments look a bit wrinkly in the coming days. Don't panic, that's totally normal. It's your cactus adjusting and learning to absorb moisture the right way again. Think of it as the plant's version of deep breathing. If you follow these steps carefully, you'll start noticing subtle signs of recovery. The leaves will firm up, the color will return, and new buds may even appear within a few weeks. It's one of the most satisfying sights for any plant lover. So, give it time, be patient, and remember, less is more. Your cactus is healing, and right now you're doing exactly what it needs. Now, before you relax and celebrate your rescue success, let's talk about the biggest mistakes that bring Christmas cacti right back to the edge of disaster. These are the habits that quietly undo all your hard work, and most people don't even realize they're doing them. Mistake number 1, watering on a schedule instead of checking the soil. I know how tempting it is to stick to a routine, especially if you love caring for your plants, but your cactus doesn't run on a calendar. It runs on conditions. Some weeks the soil dries out fast, other times it stays moist longer, especially in cooler weather. The right move is always to check before watering. Stick a finger 2 inches into the soil. If it feels even slightly damp, wait. If it's bone dry, that's your green light. Remember, dry roots are healthy roots.
Mistake number 2. Using decorative pots without drainage holes. They might look beautiful on a shelf, but they're silent killers for succulents and cacti. Without an escape route for excess water, it collects at the bottom, and that's where rot starts. If you really love the look of a decorative pot, here's a trick. Keep your cactus in a plastic nursery pot with drainage holes, then set that pot inside the decorative one. You get style and function in one go. Mistake number 3. Leaving it in heavy, compacted soil. Regular potting mixes hold too much moisture for these plants. It's like putting your cactus in a wet sponge. Over time, the roots suffocate and the plant starts collapsing. Always use light, airy, fast-draining soil. Something with perlite, sand, or small gravel to keep those roots breathing. These 3 mistakes are the main culprits behind most cactus emergencies. Fixing them now means you probably won't have to rescue this plant again. So, tell me honestly, which one of these are you guilty of? Drop your confession in the comments below. I'll be reading them and sharing a few stories in the next video. You've made it this far, and because you've stuck with me, here's a little secret most people don't talk about. How to make your Christmas cactus bloom beautifully just in time for the holidays. These plants can produce the most stunning flowers when they're happy, but timing and care are everything. To trigger blooming, your cactus needs a rest period, and the trick is to mimic nature. Give it at least 12 hours of uninterrupted darkness each night for about 6 weeks. That means no lamps, no ambient light from TVs, nothing. You can even move it into a darker corner or cover it lightly with a box during the evening. This darkness signals the plant that it's time to produce buds. Next, keep it in slightly cooler temperatures, around 15 degrees Celsius or 60 degrees Fahrenheit. That drop in temperature encourages the flowering process. It's a bit like how certain trees need winter chills before they blossom in spring. Oh, and here's a fun fact to impress your friends. The Christmas cactus actually doesn't come from deserts like most people think. It's native to the rainforests of Brazil, where it grows on trees and rocks in humid, shaded conditions. That's why it loves indirect light and occasional moisture, not scorching sun or dry soil. So, if you follow these steps, by Christmas your plant won't just be alive, it'll be glowing with color. Imagine those bright pink, red, or white flowers hanging down like little bells. It's one of the most rewarding sights in any home garden, especially when you know you saved it from the edge. All right, before we wrap up, let's do a quick challenge. If your cactus is still hanging on after this rescue, comment the word alive down below. I'll check back in a week and reply to a few of your updates, maybe even feature your progress in the next video. And if you've got questions about your cactus or any other plant that needs saving, drop them too. I'll pick a couple to answer in the next upload. And there you have it, your complete step-by-step guide to saving an overwatered Christmas cactus. If you followed along, your plant is already on its way to recovery, and in a few weeks, you'll see the difference. Remember, it's not about being the perfect gardener, it's about paying attention. These plants can live for decades when cared for the right way, and you've just given yours a fresh start. If this video helped you, give it a thumbs up. It really helps the channel grow. And if you haven't yet, go ahead and subscribe so you don't miss my next rescue tutorial. I'll be showing how to revive root-bound succulents and make them thrive again. Drop a comment below and tell me how your cactus is doing after a week. I'd love to hear your progress. Maybe I'll even feature your plant in the next video. Thanks for watching. Stay patient with your plants, and I'll see you in the next one.